The winter before your mother's death was hard. Delos Crossing was snowed in for months. Most roads were closed and plane supplies were scarce. Everyone was struggling.
Especially Marianne.
Yeah. She was always just scraping by. And that winter left nothing to scrape up. Even if locals had found time to help her. I don't know, I'm not sure your mother would have accepted.
You're saying Tessa reported our mother because she was having supply issues?
Tessa came to me because she was honestly concerned.
Right.
I was legally required to report Tessa's complaint, even if I didn't agree.
But in this situation, it's not just the twins that need help. Marianne needs help too, but calling child services just helps us. But what about our mother? Okay, I don't wanna go all aggressive on Eddie right now. It's not gonna help with getting information.
So you took her word for it and called child services?
Failure to provide adequate food, lack of appropriate supervision, inattention to a child's psychological care. Like it or not, she had a case.
What? That's bullshit!
Just following the law then. Right.
Is that why you came over that day, before she died? You felt shitty, didn't you? That's why you broke procedure?
I had to warn her that it was happening and that it wasn't looking good. An assessment worker had been assigned and started doing background checks. What else was I supposed to do?
I thought always telling each other the truth was our number one rule.
Still is, little moose.
And yet you still lied.
I didn't want you two putting yourselves through unnecessary hurt. But you're adults and that was your choice to make. I'm truly sorry.
Thank you, Uncle.
But that wasn't the only thing happening with Marianne, right? There had to have been more. Yeah, I don't think Tyler is happy about that, especially about the whole... What about the acceptance letter, Alyson?
Just like that, huh? Must be nice to have a daughter who lets you off the hook that easy. Eddie, you keep trying to point your finger at Tessa, but you have to take responsibility for your part in our mother's death.
I've asked myself over and over for the past 10 years what I could have done different. I know I made a big mistake with you two here. And you've got every right to be angry. Being a father? Well, it's a pretty tough job. I've tried my best. And I'd like to try my best with you too, Tyler, if you want it.
I know he was paying for my residential center stuff. But I don't think Tyler's ready to take this step yet. I don't think so. Yeah, we could get there in time, but right now, no.
I'm sorry, Eddie. It's not that easy. You're right about one thing, though. It's time we move on. See you around, Chief.
Uncle,
It's all good, Alyson. Let's have a talk later. Just us, okay?
all right. I'll see you later.
I don't know if that was a big choice, but I don't really feel that Tyler is ready to accept him right now. Even without my meddling, me as a player, it just seems like that's not a thing right now. And of course Alyson would be able to accept him easier for, you know, his apologies and all because she's known him for so many years. But for me, all I can see that this person took part and had a role to play in my mother's death.
Can we go? I need to get out of here.
So I guess our primary thinking right now is if Tessa didn't call child services, then my mother wouldn't have been emotionally unstable, which wouldn't have led to her death. I think that's the main gist here.
Story.
Hey, you know the drill. Chin up.
Yeah. Chin up, stand tall.
Atta girl. I could use a beer.
Me too.
Bernie's?
That's a no for me. Only you have the necessary germ resistance for Bernie's.
Are we still on for lunch tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. I'll text you.
At least Alyson has friends here. I don't have anybody besides Alyson. Tyler is pretty social, so I'm not that worried, but still, I don't really have a single friend here. And right now, Eddie doesn't even know that Alyson was the one who did the stabbing. There's so much going on.
You kids be careful out there, yeah? You kids be careful out there, yeah?
Thanks. Well, it is what it is. We found out a bit more about what we wanted to know, but did we want to know it? Probably. We wouldn't have been okay with not knowing.
Alyson,
What?
you feel like shit.
How can you tell?
Because I feel like shit. What are we gonna do about Tessa?
Nothing. Look, we're not gonna do anything. That's enough, Tyler. Talk to Tessa? Why? What are you looking for? What are you expecting her to say?
I thought she loved us.
Really?
Chief Brown, is it true? Is she... Oh my God. Children,
Tessa. Tessa, you need to leave. Come on, kids.
Everything is going to be all right, okay? You're going to be okay, I promise.
Go home. You can't be here right now.
Oh God. Oh God.
I don't think Tessa doesn't love you just because she called child services. In fact, it might be because she does love you.
Where is everybody?
Tessa's gotta be around somewhere.
I think I'm hearing something.
Well, at least we know the entire world didn't vanish. But given who is here, we can't count out the rapture quite yet. I need to take a breather. I'm gonna do a bit of shopping. You look for Tessa, okay?
On it.
Oh boy.
Just as I was finishing up, what do I see? A big old bull moose staring me down. So what do? I grab my odd six from the trunk and set my sights.
And you shot it?
Yes, sir.
Wait, you said you were near Crystal. She's just closed up that way, yeah?
Hey, man, when the Lord opens that kind of door, you walk right through.
Yeah, that's not exactly legal.
I got a bull moose in my truck and a bull tag in my pocket. Who's gonna know the difference?
Doesn't make it right.
Oh no, I didn't realize I was talking to a damn Boy Scout.
Objective is to find Tessa. I feel like this story brings up some really interesting questions about people's motivation for doing good things. Sam, Eddie, Tessa, these people, every single one of these people have helped us so much. But their motivations for doing these things, Eddie wants to look like a good person in front of everybody. Sam wants to appeal to my mom. And then Tessa. We know that she frequently helps people around her, but is she doing that because it's really in her nature to help people? Or, I don't know, is it kind of also like a weird psychological thing where, again, you want to give and you want to look good in front of people? I don't think these are bad things though. These are like very, very human things. But it's interesting to think about.
Maybe I should pick up some for Alyson? Oh man, I haven't had this cereal in forever.
She's the one doing the shopping. You're the one looking for Tessa. Hey, Michael. Hey, Alex.
Doing some shopping?
Yep, just the essentials.
Well, don't let me stop you.
Was that the guy on the boat? Yeah, the guy that was like, hey, gun control or whatever. Your hunting story about killing the moose?
So, I heard you were shooting moose outside your permit area.
Not really any of your business now, is it?
Come on. I'm not gonna report you, but it's a shitty thing to do.
I think it's time to finish up your shopping and move on, brother.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Whoops. I don't think we should be meddling in other people's businesses, is what Michael is saying. Sorry, man.
You two just can't stay away, huh?
Unfortunately. We're looking for Tessa again.
Well, she took off about half an hour ago. Sorry.
Do you know if she'll be back soon?
I don't know if she's even coming back.
Oh.
No one tells me anything.
How about Tom? He busy?
He's been in the office all morning, so who knows? But it's Tom, so it's probably safe to interrupt him.
Tessa didn't call child services thinking that it was gonna end up in my mother dying. I think we all know that. But as the children of the person who actually died, we might not care.
I thought you were working at the diner today.
No, I switched shifts because I wanted to get some sleep, but it turns out I was also scheduled to work at the store today.
Michael, how do you always end up double booked?
Because I'm too much of a badass to read a schedule.
You're gonna work yourself to death, you know?
Yeah, well, I can't really turn the money down. A security deposit is gonna be a bitch.
Oh, on that subject, we've got someone coming to check out the house in 2 days.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, and apparently he'd pay in cash.
Holy shit. That's what I like to hear.
I didn't know it was this small of a town, to the point that during the summer or the winter months, no supplies can come through, and then everybody in the town is in trouble. Still sad though, because it seems like Tessa was helping so much before, my mom, and then instead of everyone pulling through, she decides to report my mom instead. It's not wrong, but I wish she didn't do that.
We could use some of that at the house.
Okay, besides for being poor though, was she really neglecting us, mistreating us? This point I'm not really sure about either, because in the beginning, the twins saw her so negatively, but now they're kind of like, they've really been defending her against those kinds of accusations. And then when we see the flashbacks, it mostly seems like a really loving home, and they were willing to talk to their mom and all. Except for that night. Nobody seemed that unhappy. Something about memories being faulty again.
Come in.
Hey, Tom.
What do you mean? We've got enough signatures. It should have at least been enough to stall construction while we figure out our next move. Well, why don't we schedule a meeting with the Alaska Wildlife Foundation? Try to get their support. Look, Harold, I have to go. We can pick this up at the meeting. I should be on my way over soon.
Alyson, do you work tomorrow?
Hello, Tyler. Can I help you?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, I hope this isn't a bad time, but is Tessa around today?
She had to step out for a family matter. This wouldn't be something I could help with, would it?
Yeah, maybe, actually. We were over at the police station and we took a look at Marianne's case file.
Okay.
Start small. We don't know how much Tom knows.
Why did Tessa come to the police station that night?
She was looking for you two. To make sure you were okay. When she heard what happened, she was a mess.
How exactly did she hear about it so fast?
Can't remember who called, but you know how it is. No news travels faster than a secret. Everyone knew 5 minutes after Brown was on his way out.
I don't think he knows.
Tessa reported Marianne to social services. Did you know?
Vaguely. But I didn't get involved. I didn't think I really had anything to add.
You never thought to mention it?
Well, now, I'm not sure how a thing like that would have come up. And I didn't want to rub salt in any wounds.
Huh. How about when we were in the store yesterday asking about it point blank?
That was between you and Tessa. I try to stay out of other people's affairs.
I'm not gonna get anything from him.
Okay. Thank you.
Look, I'm sorry if you felt resistance from people around here.
To put it mildly.
Alyson, you know this better than anybody. But your mother's death left a scar on this community. Now, I won't claim we went through anything close to what you did, but it was a cruel reminder of the limits of trust.
The worst part is, we were separated, and for these 10 years, we never really got this proper setting to heal. We just did the best of what we had. Tyler even had it better, but Alyson really had nothing.
Well, if we want to get past the limits of trust, we all need to face what happened, which means being completely honest about it.
We all want to find peace, kids.
No, you don't.
It's just harder for some people to talk about the past. Now, you let me know if you have any other questions, okay?
Hey,
Yes?
you said I should remind you not to be late for your meeting, so don't be late.
Yep. I'll be on my way in a minute. So, kids, was there anything else you two wanted to talk to me about?
Did you ever hear any rumors about our mother? Like, who our father might have been?
I'm not exactly a rumor monger. Your mother was close to a few men, but whether they were your father, I couldn't say. But look, oh, gosh. I'm sorry. I really have to go. Michael, could you finish up the storage room and then just close up?
Sure thing, boss man.
See you later.
You two want to help a brother out, spend the afternoon here working for free?
Why not? We came here to talk to Tessa, and she's not here.
She's at the cemetery, visiting her parents.
Oh.
Hey, tell you what. Why don't you guys help me close the store, and then we can drive over together? I've been meaning to pay my uncle a visit.
Can't we just wait for her to come back here? I'm not really excited about going there.
Alyson, we don't have to visit her grave.
I'm gonna start working in the storage room. Tyler, join me when you're done.
Sure thing. Just give me a sec.
We can just close up shop like that? Damn. Well, it's not like we get heavy traffic here anyway. But no, the people in this town don't want peace. They want to just bury the past and not talk about it. Because the whole thing doesn't have anything to do with them. It's not their family, it's not their kids, it's not their mother. But it's our mother, and we can never run away from this. They can. That's just a reality of being part of the people involved in the situation. Help Michael close up shop.
Where'd that question about our father come from?
I've just been thinking about who he might be. And if he knows anything that could help us figure this shit out.
Why? He wasn't a part of our lives.
Ever.
Besides, Marianne always said we never had a father.
Well, her name might have been Mary, but I don't think she was a likely candidate for Immaculate Conception. Hey, so you look less than thrilled with the plan.
Yeah, like I said, I am not stoked to be going to the cemetery.
I don't want to make her feel not good when she's not ready.
So should we just not go then?
No, of course not. We're going to go. I need to feel how I'm gonna feel about it right now.
Okay. Sorry for getting frustrated.
It is what it is, right? Go have fun with Michael while I close the register.
You sure you're gonna be okay?
Yes, so stop hovering.
But I'm your twin, I gotta hover.
Hey.
Every time we see this sort of reaction from Alyson, I worry more and more about her. I would have to guess that she probably wasn't seeing a therapist all these years, and Eddie never thought to give her one. Not good, not good. None of this is good. I don't really want to confront Tessa at the cemetery though, because she's visiting her parents today. That's private time too. Hey, can you not mourn your parents for a second? And I want to talk about my mom, which you had a part in, you know, in killing. That's not the right way to go about it.
Alright, I already counted there, but I just need you to double check a few things. It's not complicated.
I've got this in the bag.
Oh yeah? Because you're just that good, huh?
I'm clowning. I don't even know where to begin. What do I do?
Yeah, let's start with an easy one, alright? Go to the back of the room and tell me how many cans of Molto Bene brand tomato sauce we have left.
Aye aye. Remind me where I'm going, and what am I supposed to be counting?
Back of the room. And we're looking for Molto Bene tomato sauce.
Okay. How about I sit for a little bit?
Tired already?
Is that the mangy muskrat?
Oh. Just gonna take it. As usual. Would that be Michael then? Or Tom? No.
The mangy muskrat is a lazy, cowardly creature who spends most of his time lying around in the sun, cleaning his coat.
This is the guy that does nothing, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, this might be a good time for us to do a little bit of reading anyway. Mangy muskrat. Who does nothing around here? I'm not sure. I want to go in order though, so it's easy to keep track of, but I do want to read about the mangy muskrat too. Let's see. We got up to here last time. The princess makes new friends. The bear's big paws. The muskrat doesn't seem to have his own story until like here, but it's not even about meeting the muskrat for the first time. So okay, why don't we just go down the list then? The princess makes new friends. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. She had been living alone, just fine for a very long time, until the day she noticed food and small items were disappearing from her house, and we read this one already. Yes. The bear's big paws. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, the old bear was out looking for a snack when he spied a bee's nest in a hole high up a tree. The tree was dry and brittle, but the old bear was hungry, and so he made his way to the nest. But when he got there, he found his giant paw couldn't fit into the hole. Determined, he tried to force it inside, but the effort caused a branch below him to snap. The old bear tumbled to the ground and landed with a painful oomph. He lay there, stunned from the fall, when all of a sudden something bit him. The bite was followed by another, and another, and another. Carpenter ants were swarming up his legs. You see, they had been nesting in the branch, and they did not appreciate being forced from their home. The old bear howled and jumped to his feet to dance around as he swatted and snapped, but his big paws couldn't do much about the tiny ants. When he had finally managed to squish or scare them all off, the old bear heard someone laughing. The crafty goblins had seen the whole thing.
Heh, clumsy old bear, they teased. Those big old paws aren't good at anything, are they?
That's rude. He found you guys a new house. Then they sped off, leaving old bear's pride hurting just as bad as his body. Wait, is it a different bear? Because it's an old bear? Oh. He lumbered through the forest, hungry and sad. Maybe I am just a clumsy old bear, he moaned, and my big old paws aren't good at anything. At that moment, the old bear heard a sad, sad noise. What's that? He wondered, and he followed the sound to where a mountain goat stood atop a boulder, high up a hillside.
Old bear! She cried. Old bear! Please help! My kid is stuck!
Sure enough, a tiny mountain goat was trapped inside the stones, bleeding sadly. The old bear began to walk toward them, and then stopped. I'm probably just gonna make it worse, he thought. But then the goat kid started to bleed even louder, and the old bear put away his fear. He climbed up to where the goat was trapped, careful of where he stepped, and trying not to think of how he had only just fallen out of a tree. Every now and then, the ground would slide away from under his feet, but he kept going. When he reached the goat kid, he put his mighty paws against one of the boulders and began to push. At first, it didn't budge, but he dug in and pushed even harder. Finally, the boulders parted just wide enough to let the kid scramble to safety. The old bear released the boulder and let out a roar of triumph. Roar! Thank you, gushed the mama goat, and she and her kid bounced off up the mountain. The old bear watched them go with a smile, and then made his way back down the hillside, wiggling his rump in triumph as he went. To his surprise, the crafty goblins waited at the bottom of the hill. We saw the whole thing, they said. We were wrong. You aren't just a clumsy old bear, and your paws are good for helping others. That's good. That's good. You know how back at the police station, we read about how Sam was kicked out of his wife's home? And then he now lives at a boat. Was it what it said? So that kind of goes back to how he lost his cave, right? The bear lost his cave. Maybe that's related. The Moon Hag loses her name. That is a new character. Ooh, what? Is that a seal? The Moon Hag. The Moon Hag loses her name. Once upon a time, in a deep and cold lake in an ancient forest, there lived an old seal who was a powerful witch in disguise. She was mean and cruel. She liked nothing more than to swim in the deepest part of the lake, where the light was dim under the ice, admiring the corpses of the many victims she tricked into the water over the years. She was so hateful that only the cold water of the lake could keep her cool. Her most prized possession was a tin mirror sold to her by the secret keeper, and she kept it in a chest at the bottom of the lake. It was no ordinary mirror. If you looked in it, you would see a reflection of who you truly desire to be, and for 1 hour, the mirror granted you the power to appear as that person. Whenever a boat or an unwise traveler approached the edge of the lake, the old witch used a mirror to appear as the beautiful woman she always wished to be, and with this disguise, she lured the unfortunate sailor or wanderer into the deep and cold water. There, the old seal forced the victim to become her servant, and when she was done with them, they joined her collection of corpses in the deepest part of the lake. Wait, so you can keep using it infinite times? Not just once? Then even the 1 hour limitation isn't that bad then, because 1 hour later you can do it again. One day, when the old seal swam down to her den under the lake, she discovered that someone had stolen her mirror. The chest where she kept her most prized possession had been forced open, and now it was empty. Who would have committed such a crime? Who had dared to deprive her of her only treasure? The old seal went mad, and her anger heated the water of the lake around her. For a time, Everyone was happy with the temperature change, for the weather suddenly became sweeter and the air warmer. But after a few weeks, things started to get ugly. First, the fish began to die off, for they could not live in the hot water. Then the glaciers began to melt, and the water of the lake rose and spilled out, flooding the forest and the meadows. And finally, the weather grew so hot that even the Ice King himself was awakened from his long sleep and decided to see what was going on. In the deepest part of the lake, he found the Mad Witch steaming among the corpses of her victims, so angry that the lake was about to boil. It only took a few minutes for the Ice King to understand what had happened and demand that the thieves present themselves before him. The thieves had no choice but to appear, for no one dared to disobey the Ice King. The crafty goblins presented themselves, mirror in hand. "Why did you steal the mirror?" asked the king. "We were curious. We just wanted to see what we really wanted to be," apologized the goblins. "But the stupid thing is broken. We look the same." "That does not mean it did not work," smiled the king. "Now, apologize and give the mirror to me, for it is too powerful to be used by thieves or a mean old hag." The goblins apologized and gave the mirror to the Ice King, but the old seal was still angry. "And what about me?" she asked. "I have been deprived of my treasure, and I demand compensation." The Ice King frowned as he spoke again. "Old hag, you are mean and cruel, but I concede you have been wronged. For now, you will be allowed to leave the lake and walk the earth as the hag you really are, but only when the moon is full. And you, goblins, you had better stay away from the lake, for I won't protect you from the Moon Hag's wrath." And this is how the two goblins forced the Moon Hag to change her name. That is... well, do we know anyone that cruel around here? More importantly, there's so many people here, but with the story only being 3 episodes, are we really going to meet that many people? The next one seems interesting, but since we just picked up a Muskrat thing, I feel like we should read this one instead. Okay, one more. The goblins tricked the Muskrat. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient wood, there lived a Muskrat. The Muskrat was a lazy, cowardly creature who did little but lay around in the sun, cleaning his beautiful coat until it shone. One day, the Muskrat found the crafty goblins playing the king of the mountain on his favorite rock. He was too cowardly to confront them directly, and so he retreated to a safe distance and then pitched the stone right at a hornet's nest hanging overhead. One of the goblins saw him do it, but before she could say anything, the hornets emerged, furious, and chased the goblins away, stinging them. With the rock empty, the Muskrat claimed the spot. When the goblins returned, they asked the Muskrat, "Why did you do that?" "I don't know what you're talking about," he said, turning away to ignore them. The goblins knew that the Muskrat cared for nothing but his coat, so they devised to steal it in order to teach him a lesson. As the Muskrat lay in the sun, he spied the goblins strutting by. Their skin was covered in flecks of gold. "Goblins!" called the Muskrat. "What happened to make your skin shine that way?" "When we were attacked by the hornets, we ran and ran until we found a pool by the glacier. We dove in and then came out this way." "Would you show me this pool?" asked the Muskrat. The crafty goblins led the Muskrat to a pool. The Muskrat looked at the pool skeptically. "It looks like a pool," he said. The goblins chuckled and shrugged. "You don't have to jump in if you don't want to, but what do you lose if you try? And if it works, why, you will be the most beautiful creature in the whole of the forest." With visions of his splendid coat in mind, the Muskrat jumped in. When he emerged, he was disappointed to find that nothing had changed. Said one goblin. "Maybe you have to be stung by the hornets first, just like us." The Muskrat hesitated, because getting stung would be painful. Seeing his hesitation, the goblin added, "If it works, you will be the most beautiful creature in the whole of the forest." The Muskrat decided that it was worth it. Not very different from modern-day people, huh? Beauty is worth the pain. So he returned to the hornet's nest and pitched a stone right at it. The hornets emerged, even more furious this time. They chased the Muskrat, stinging him repeatedly until he jumped into the magic pool. The Muskrat was disappointed to find that, once again, nothing had changed. "I wonder if the magic only works for us," said one of the goblins. "Would you like me to jump in with your coat?" The Muskrat hesitated. "If it works, you will be the most beautiful creature in the whole of the forest." With visions of his splendid coat in mind, the Muskrat agreed. He slipped it off and handed it to the goblins. Without his coat, the Muskrat was pale and covered in scabbing welts. Instead of jumping in the pool, one of the goblins ran away with the coat, laughing. The other pushed Muskrat into the frigid pool, and as water splashed the goblin, revealing that they had only ever been painted on. So the Muskrat is ugly underneath, but he wears a very beautiful coat. like a mask. The muskrat cried so pitifully and made such a clamor that he awoke the Ice King, who came down to the forest to see what had happened. When the Ice King saw the muskrat, he laughed, only further infuriating the creature. "Tell me what happened," said the Ice King. Both the muskrat and the goblins told their sides of the story, and the Ice King considered the case before him. "It is true that the muskrat is vain, and he thinks of nothing but himself," concluded the Ice King. "But he needs something to keep him warm in the water and the snow." So, the Ice King was decided. The muskrat would get his coat back, but it would be patchy and unkempt. After that day, he became known as Mangy Muskrat. And that is how the goblins tricked the muskrat into giving up his coat, and how he got his name. What's wrong with being vain? There's nothing wrong with it if it's his coat. Why do you gotta make it ugly? But more importantly though, who would the Ice King be? He's like the overlord of the entire forest. At first, it seems like maybe it would be Eddie Brown since he's the police chief and all, but no, he's a moose. Anyway, sorry about that, Michael.
Is that a picture of a priest with little hearts?
Yeah, that's the hot priest who hosts Bible study with Tessa. And for the record, that was Alyson's doing. She had a crush on him for ages, but he is very, very hot.
Shit, yeah. I remember him from when we were kids. That's Father Batista.
Yeah, he's got that silver fox thing going on now, see?
Yeah, yep, I see it.
Oh no, he's hot. What do we do? A plus B. Alyson plus Batista. And you guys kept it here. If this is Tessa's store, the priest might come around. What if he sees this? Wouldn't you guys be embarrassed? Duplex Duel live. Juno Coalition for Equality. Potluck.
Yikes, that's unsettling.
What? Oh my god, is that supposed to be like Tom or something for his campaign?
Why didn't he try to make himself look a little more mayor-like? He looks like a cartoon college professor.
It's trying to be hip.
Why didn't he try to make himself look a little more mayor-like? He looks like a cartoon college professor.
If he had more hair, he would kind of remind me of Jefferson. This is not where the tomato sauce is.
The only processed food Marianne ever let us eat. She said they were her guilty pleasure. No, that's not what Michael wanted.
What was that first one? Vote Becky. Tessa. Are store employees required to vote Becky? Okay, I think these are just us, looking for the thing.
Why are you laughing?
I was just remembering the time Alyson and I opened up a bag of flour and threw it at each other's faces. We called it a summer snow fight. We made a gigantic mess. Marianne was pissed.
As if we didn't have enough snow around here all year round.
I wonder what's in that box.
You can open it up.
You know, when you think about it, glass is really just tortured sand.
Jeez.
Have you been sniffing the spray paint, Tyler?
How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
We could use some of that at the house.
What is it? You gotta tell me what it is first. I can't really tell. Some kind of wood paint?
Why am I standing here looking at this?
I don't know, because I'm making you. New baby dry. Alright.
We could use some of that at the house. Why am I standing here looking at this?
Okay, this is how I know they don't have the pandemic right now. There's too much toilet paper. Oh, there it is.
I wonder what's in that box. I don't need any of this.
Spam.
Hold on. Let me count this.
What? We can't even see all of it. Well, there's at least 12, 14.
There's 14 cans of Malta Bene tomato sauce.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Man, I'm so good at this.
That was easy. I need you to count the bottles of bleach for me.
And where are they at exactly?
I thought you had this in the bag. Okay. I'll give you a hint. Tessa puts the heavy stuff near the door on the bottom shelves.
All right, I think I can work with that.
Okay, we'll just have a look around leisurely.
I wonder what's in that box. Maybe I should pick up some for Alyson?
What is that? Some non-distinct dish detergent bottle thing? 6?
6?
All right. Not bad, Tyler. Not bad.
Careful. They might give me your job.
Oh, you can have it.
What's next?
Come here and help me with this.
Oh, this is the door. I thought they meant that door.
No, that's not it. Why am I standing here looking at this?
'Cause you don't have a choice, boy.
Oh, I drank this at a party once. It did not end well.
That
Any
looks...
good stories?
I mean, probably. But nothing I remember really makes sense, so...
Peanut butter?
Cheddar dip? Ugh, yuck.
Your sister loves that shit. She eats it straight out of the jar.
Ew.
God. I wonder what's in that box. No, that's not what Michael wanted.
Don't you guys drink water around here? Does nobody drink water? We already looked here, right? No? Yeah, we did.
No, that's not it.
Yes, Michael? Oh. Oh my god. Blue butterfly.
Hey, you remember the ad for this? What was their slogan again?
Huh. Something poetic about time travel and life being weird, I think.
Oh, how strange. Butterfly film with a Polaroid camera. Cheeky.
What's up?
I need your opinion on this masterpiece.
Is that supposed to be me?
Yeah, come on. Look at the hair. Nailed it, right?
It is beautiful, but there are many meanings to the word beautiful.
Honestly, it's beautiful.
Hey, don't make fun of me.
I'm not. Oh, maybe a little bit, but I like it. For real.
Well, it helps to have a good model.
So, this is what you're up to while I was out there doing your work?
What can I say? I'm a multitasker.
Hey, multitasker. I think you made a mistake here. Total amount should be 36.
Oh, how dare you, sir?
What? I just don't want you to get in trouble.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I'm off my game today.
Alright, anything else you wanted me to check?
Yep, one last thing, and then we should be free from this purgatory.
Hit me.
Can you count how many plushies we have in that box over there?
That box over there. Are you gonna make me beg for specifics?
Tempting, but no. See that Bible study poster on the wall over there? That's where you should be looking.
Ah, you're too kind.
You found the box of plushies?
This entire room is full of boxes. It's gonna take me a while.
It's way in the back, not too far from the restaurant door.
Restaurant door? Oh, because this door links to the restaurant too, and then this is the loading door. I didn't actually see the Bible study poster though. That's a fishing poster. Well, we can recognize plushies by how they look. Bible study poster? Oh, here. Oh, here, you!
So...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's hard to tell because some of them are stacked on top of each other. I think it's 11, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah.
You've got about 11 left in that box. Did I get it wrong? Michael? Ow!
Hey, sorry. It was just too tempting.
What the hell?
Lesson number 1 in the ancient art of inventory. Never let your guard down.
You have no idea what you just started. First one with 3 confirmed hits wins. Cool? Gotcha.
Oh, this is fun. I'm ready for ya. You better come out.
Oh, come on. Is that all you got, Ronan?
Just you wait. I've got a strategy.
Oh, yeah? We'll see.
I'm waiting for you to come out. That's what I'm... You've got to come out someday.
Damn, overshot it.
Oh, Tyler, you've got to aim a little bit better.
Damn, overshot it.
What?
So, is this a typical workday for you?
Nah, I usually don't have such good-looking company back here.
Ooh.
Oh, so I'm good-looking company, huh?
Yeah, well, don't let it get to your head. I'm still destroying you.
You haven't shot me at all. I've been waiting.
Boom. One more hit and you're out. Prepare to feel my wrath.
God, you're corny.
I am waiting. Like a serpent lying in the grass.
Hey, is it cool that we're throwing these toys around? Aren't you guys gonna, like, sell them?
Nah, supplier made a typo on Vecchi. Can't sell any of them.
Cool. No harm, no foul, then.
You're not hitting me at all.
Boom.
The toy's kind of scary.
Oh, man, you're good.
I told you not to doubt the golden arm.
Well, we'll never make that mistake again. Okay, I'll need to finish this inventory thing real quick. Your sister's probably done already. Here, let's hit the bitch's grotto.
The what?
Fancy name for the couch where Alyson and I sit during breaks.
Ah, alright, cool. Let me see what you've done with the place.
I really like this. They're showing that they're really trying to make an attempt at adding some gameplay elements. Especially if you compare it to older Telltale games and Life is Strange 1. There is a definite improvement here. Oh, the fridge.
Oh, hey, see that container? That's for you.
Huh?
What?
It's the trout I caught yesterday at the buzzard hole. Grilled it up with my world-renowned marinade.
Cool, thank you.
That's actually super thoughtful. Thank you.
You sound surprised.
No, sorry. I'm just not used to people randomly doing nice things for me.
We'll have to fix that.
Especially since we only met once. Tyler, do you want to close the fridge? All the air is coming out. Wow, even that microwave looks so old-timey. It doesn't have buttons. It has a dial. Or maybe it's like a oven, like a mini oven. So.
No way. You like Duplex Duo too?
Yeah, Alyson got me into him. We were supposed to go to his show in Juneau a few months ago.
And what happened?
You ever heard of moon rocks? We took 2 hits before going to the show and that was it. Our feet couldn't find the floor. Not our finest hour. And I'm done.
Hi, Michael.
Classic.
you're staring at me very intently right now.
Classic. I'm surprised Tessa let you hang this up.
Yeah, she hates it. But as long as I don't promote my lifestyle in front of the customers, she doesn't say anything.
Man, must be exhausting to spend your days educating these people.
Here's the thing, I don't. Opening the mines of this town would be a full-time fucking job. And emotional labor pays shit.
Yeah, I got the impression that Michael is gay, right? He was complimenting the priest and me.
Do you ever get lonely in Delos Crossing?
Yeah, sometimes. So I'm always in Juneau working with the JCE, meeting new people. I gotta make my shit happen for me, because no one else will.
Right. I feel you. Hey, I hope this isn't too personal, but you ever been with anyone in Delos Crossing?
I dated a guy in high school for a minute, but we had to keep it quiet. I've been with a few other people, but that shit's tricky out here. I mean, what about you? You ever been with a guy? I mean, assuming you're into guys, which I guess I kind of did.
I don't know, Tyler. Are you? These two are subtly different.
I've never really been with anybody. Guess I was too busy processing trauma or whatever. But if I met a guy I was into, who knows?
Must be tough dating in the small town. You don't really want people to know, cause... yeah, it'll get around and you can't really escape, and people here don't really understand.
Anyway...
I think he might be interested in you, Tyler. You wanna talk a little bit more?
So, you think Tom's got the chops to be the mayor of Delos Crossing?
I don't know. The guy's sweet and not entirely incompetent, but it doesn't really matter. Vote for him's a vote for Tessa. She'd be the one running the show.
So I take it you're not Tessa's biggest fan?
Yeah, you know, every time I put up flyers for queer events, she accidentally covers them.
That is fucked.
No way. Have you ever confronted her about it?
Nah. I just keep my head down and count the days until Juneau.
Man, that has to be rough.
It is. But out here, just surviving's a form of protest.
It's extra rough because Tessa's his boss, so he can't be like, hey, what the hell are you doing? He really just has to keep his head down, get his paycheck, and book it out of here ASAP.
What do you think about Tom's policy ideas?
He's got a few surprisingly bold stances.
Yeah, like his gun regulations. I gotta admit, I'm pretty impressed he's pushing for that out here.
Exactly, but I'm not totally sure how I feel about that though, to be honest.
Really?
Really. Historically speaking, the government taking weapons away from my people has not gone well for us.
Oh, yeah. I never thought about it that way. So is he a cool boss?
Cool? I'm pretty sure that's not a word anyone has ever used to describe Milquetoast Tom. But he's alright. I mean, not the worst boss I've ever had.
At least he's not homophobic? Is he? I don't know.
Alright.
I like how they're showing a lot of nuance here, though. Like, Tessa... I mean, by all accounts of the word, you could probably describe her as being homophobic, right? But we still coexist peacefully. It's a little bit tense, but it's working out.
Is this Chief Brown?
Yeah.
Are you guys related, or...?
Nah, but same clan.
Oh. Tlingit?
Which clan?
Octopus Clan. Raven Moiety.
Huh. Badass. So, you close with everybody in the clan?
Yeah, we're pretty tight-knit. I mean, we're all kind of spread out, so I don't know everyone that well, but they're still family. I was really close to my Uncle William until he passed. He's the one whose grave I want to visit.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Is this Chief Brown? So what's your take on him?
He's a pretty alright guy, all things considered.
All things considered?
Like, with him being a cop and all, I mean, it's good to see someone from the clan getting shit done. And he really cares about the community. We need someone like him on top.
That's good. He's not a bad guy. Did we have more we want to ask about this poster?
I'm surprised Tessa let you hang this up.
Nah.
Anyway...
Well...
I gotta tell you, it's so weird to finally meet the other Ronan.
You mean the OG Ronan? I was born first, you know.
Is that so? Thought Alyson said she was.
Well, our mother never actually told us, but it was me. So, why is it so weird to meet me?
Because I just heard Alyson tell your story so many times. She told me everything about you. The fireweed, your transition. I hope that's okay, by the way.
Yeah, it's fine. She asked me first.
Yeah, figures. That lady is thorough and she loves you like crazy.
I know. So, yeah, you were probably the first person to know about it other than Alyson.
I'm glad he trusted me. And it's great to finally get to know you in the flesh. You're pretty alright.
But you're not too bad yourself.
I try not to be. Especially around guys I'm trying to impress.
Oh.
So I wasn't blowing smoke when I said you should move to Juneau with us.
I know.
I've got a community there. Could be yours too.
Fitting in. There's a concept.
You have no idea how life-saving a chosen family can be. It pulled me out of the dark more times than I can count.
I hear you. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Of course. Shoot.
Why do you care so much if I move to Juneau?
Look, like I said, I want to get to know you.
Because I'm just that fascinating, huh?
Honestly, yeah. I think you might be one of a kind, Tyler Ronan.
Oh. Whether or not this works out romantically, I think it is absolutely wonderful that it's like my second day in the town, and somebody wants to reach out and be my friend this badly. Like, that's... There's a tear in my eye, man.
Well, golly gee, Michael. I think you're swell too. You're the cat's pajamas.
Shut up. I've got way better compliments than that. But I can't open with my best, right?
It's cool. So, I'll get more of those if I get to know you better?
For sure. If that's something you'd be interested in.
I might be. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I've been standing at that counter for an hour waiting for you two dum-dums to come back. Are you guys ready to go?
I think we've done about as much damage as we can back here.
Yeah.
Let's go. Ah, our boy's making friends.